Everyone. This is Annie with Healthy Food for Healthy Life. And I wanted to share with you guys today that tomorrow is my older brother's birthday. I lost him a little over 2 years ago. He had type 2 diabetes and he had heart failure. He was a pretty big man. At his height, he was 6'6", and at his weight, he got up to 400 pounds. He was diagnosed 3 years before I was with type 2 diabetes. And although I was blessed with not having any heart problems, he did have them. Um, he went downhill rapidly, and it was a 5 year period of time. He went from his diagnosis to having ulcers in his feet and skin peels. He then um, went on dialysis, had his first amputation of his toes. Then his second was one of his legs up to his shin. And shortly before he passed, he had his other leg amputated as well. He had dialysis 3 times a week, was put in a wheelchair, ended up having to be in a group home because he didn't want to live with any family members. I did invite him to live with me, and he didn't want to. He wanted some sort of independence. And he ended up having to have a stent put in his heart. Told me he might need bypass surgery, but it never got that far. I'm trying to think if there was any other diagnosis for him, but when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 4 years ago, um, he was my inspiration to not want to have diabetes. And after a lot of prayer, I went home and started researching reversing diabetes and found the ketogenic lifestyle and started watching videos um, on YouTube on how to reverse it. My first videos that I actually watched was Fat Fiction and Fats the documentary, which were very educational to me. And I'm one of those people, when I get involved with something research wise, I just keep going and going and going and seeing what else is out there. Now, for me today, I have transitioned to carnivore. It's coming up on my 1 year, even though I've been over 4 years at a low carb state. So starting with keto and then transitioning to um, carnivore. But I reversed my type 2 diabetes diagnosis in the first 6 months of being on keto. My blood pressure went down, and I was on medication for a while and getting off of there. And I've lost 115 pounds. It was gradual, it wasn't all at once like some of the younger people. I went and was in menopause, and I'm no longer in menopause, so all of that changed. So I was going through the change of life, and I started keto right before COVID hit. So I never did get COVID, and we were going through all of the stuff, staying at home and that kind of thing. So I never did get COVID. My husband was tested positive with COVID, but he went through it fairly quickly and didn't have any problems with the outcome or whatnot. Why am I doing this little video today? A lot of you know my story. I've written blogs, and I've been doing things to help people through healthy food for healthy life for a while now, trying to inspire others because I lost my brother 2 years ago. He was one of those people that had so much depression, not only from what he was going through, but how he got there. And no matter what I said or did, I just couldn't change his mind. He was in that steadfast way where you don't listen to your little sister. And although I was a home health and hospice nurse for 20 years, he never wanted to accept that I might know something that he didn't, which was sad. Um, but I want to inspire you guys. I want you to know that it can be a long road. There's lots of things that could be happening with our bodies. A lot of the stuff that we are putting in our mouths is what's hurting us. We don't realize things like sugars and seed oils and packages with preservatives. All those things can hurt us. So even if you just start there and you're just removing the stuff that's not pure, remove that from your diet and see what happens. You don't have to go full blown keto. You don't have to go full blown carnivore like I have. That for me has been a self choice, because I was one of those people out there. I tried all the diets, I tried everything that was new. I even did the Joe Crocker juicing when that came out with Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I tried that and I did lose a little bit of weight from it, but then I just got sicker and sicker. I had asthma and it flared up more. Started having even more migraine headaches from it. Juicing was just not for me. And I did try it for several months. I've tried things like Weight Watchers. I've tried things like Jenny Craig and Curves. I tried the newest pill that came out on the market. I tried Slim Fast and Slim Fast shakes and all their meal things. I tried the low fat um, wheat, eat heart healthy greens. I tried all of that. I just got sicker and sicker to where I was in bed practically for 5 years. I would have 10 days with a migraine headache and I couldn't get out of bed. I'd be so sick and my head would just feel like it was going to roll right off my shoulders. And my blood pressure just kept going up and I had metabolic syndrome. Um, I have one of the rarer forms of fibromyalgia, and it was just so painful. I was having a hard time managing it, and I have GERD from years and years of heartburn and not having a gallbladder, and so I just was one really sick lady and overweight, and keto really changed everything for me. In the first 6 weeks that I started keto, I felt this energy come back that I hadn't had in years. And I started losing first the water weight, and then I started losing more weight. My first year, I only lost 35 pounds. I've got some people saying, oh, I lost 100 pounds the first year. That was not me. And I was in the middle of menopause, and the hot flashes went away though. And my second year, I lost 25 pounds. And this is my year 4, and I'm up to 115 pounds. But I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful that I feel like the Lord brought me to keto and to carnivore. And I'm grateful for such a wonderful community out there. My husband does carnivore with me as well. He's more ketovore than he is carnivore, but he does that with me, and he's my partner with this, and he's my partner in life and my partner in Christ, and our relationship is good and blessed because of that. So I just wanted to share with others, and I want to be an inspiration. So when you guys come to our Facebook group and you're finding healthy food for healthy life, we post all kinds of doctors from both keto and carnivore, ones that can help you. If you feel like you can't do carnivore, that's totally understandable. You're giving up a lot of your favorite foods for that, and I totally understand that. And if you need to go that extreme, I did, because I had such inflammation and joint pain from all the years that I was a heavy lady. And it's just wore me down. And so I needed to go that extent of carnivore. And I really don't miss the foods that I used to eat. I don't have these massive cravings where I'm hitting the cupboards and the refrigerator trying to find something to snack on. I don't need to go through a box of Cheez Its because my husband was a sweetheart and brought me a big box of Cheez Its, in 1 to 2 days. I don't need to go eat peanut butter Captain Crunch out of the box anymore because that was my go to thing. Oh, yes, these things drive you nuts. The thing about junk food is that it drives you. You are driven by your taste buds. I do not have to be driven by my taste buds anymore. And I want you to do that same thing, because once you are no longer driven and your body starts to finally heal itself, there is so much more pleasure out there in the world than just finding your next thing to eat. I love the fact that I can walk a 3 mile trail now, and I used to be one of those people that had to find the next park bench. I was not enjoying life being sick all the time and having migraine headaches and having asthma and having to have a rescue inhaler in my pocket. I was not enjoying life that I could only go out in the sun for a few minutes and I need to come back in. I was not enjoying life because when I would get in the car and the seatbelt would just cut into me because I was such a big lady and everything hurt and I couldn't go anywhere and I couldn't do anything. My activity was so low. I spent so much time in my bed, laying down in my bed. How does anybody enjoy life when this is going on? It is so much better because I changed the way I ate. So I do not want to be ruled by the garbage food that's on the shelf that I can put in my mouth. I would rather look at it and say no thank you and move on. And so I hope that I can inspire you today to do this too. And you can inspire others. You can help your loved one get away from that stuff. I was not able to do that with my brother because his depression was just so great. But I'm hoping I can do that with others, be an inspiration for others, point them in the right direction, and help them. I just want everybody to know that, you mean something to someone. Even if it's just a God, you mean something to someone. Please, please, please don't put the junk food in your mouth. If you can live off of meat and water, you got it, you're good. And there's so many things that we can do with meat that's unbelievable. Like right now, I have a pork roast that is in my crock pot, and it's going to be pulled pork later today. And my husband, he loves sour cream with it, and he puts his dab of sour cream. Me, I will just eat the pork, but he will be doing that. And we don't do a lot of pork, but I'm actually able to eat pork again because once upon a time, when I was really sick, I couldn't eat pork. It would choke me up. It would, and so by eating pork once in a while, I'm good. It's like I can have that taste of it again. Last night we had steaks and eggs for dinner. Yum, yum. But I'm enjoying life. I'm not just eating, the junk food and craving and wondering what my next meal is. I'm actually enjoying life. And that's what I want for everyone to do as well. There's too many heartaches in the world without adding more and letting the food industry get rich off of us and letting the medication industry get rich off of us. There's so much more to life. It's such a beautiful world. Come and join us out there in it. Ciao.